Happy Memorial Day weekend from us at On the Record Podcast. This is an impromptu episode featuring myself, yours and truly, and my boy, I am Walt. What's up, Walt?
I'm good, King. I'm here, King.
I think you gotta turn the mic this way towards you because you know.
I'm outside.
Not like the others outside.
No, I'm not on that type of outside. nah, you know.
Listen, it is Memorial Day weekend, so please, I can't stress it enough. Please be safe out there.
Seriously.
Because right now, and about since last week, Thursday, until now, there's nothing been chaos outside. We've had shootouts in my neighborhood.
It's crazy.
We actually currently have a police chase going on in my neighborhood.
Yep.
Last night, me coming home. Yesterday afternoon, in itself, throughout the day, I saw 4 wrecks.
That's crazy.
Since Thursday night into Friday, and into Friday into Saturday, and Saturday into Sunday, I saw one car last night coming home on Route 4.
Mm-hmm.
They blocked off the street. This guy had a Honda Accord, but the other car wasn't there. I'm like, his car wasn't a wreck, but to have 5 cop cars with one car, there had to be more damage where they had the fire truck come out. So somebody probably rolled over.
Yo. Then
I had another wreck where a guy rear-ended somebody. I'm like, how you rear-end a car on the Garden State Parkway and there's like 4 or 5 lanes? How do you rear-end somebody unless the car was on the shoulder and didn't go to the right shoulder because they're doing construction?
Mm-hmm.
Then I saw another vehicle. He rear-ended somebody, or he must have hit a deer or something.
Mm-hmm.
So his front end was done.
Damn.
But this was at dawn.
Sheesh.
Unless he rear-ended another car and wasn't paying attention, and his car got messed up, but the other car didn't.
That's possible.
And the other car just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, there's been nothing but accidents I've seen in the past couple of days. So, folks, please be careful going outside tonight. Please.
Seriously.
Please. This is nothing but chaos.
It's too much chaos.
I myself was involved in a little fender bender with Bambi as well.
Yep.
And yeah, Bambi got me, y'all.
These damn deers.
You know, I used to, like, back in the day coming up, they used to have like hunting season for hunters to hunt, to poach.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm in favor for that coming back once every 2 years or something like that.
Why not?
Or let's have the wolves run free. The coyotes come and get these deers because there's too many deers.
Man, I don't know if they're gonna have coyotes out here running around.
They actually do.
Man,
there's coyotes running around literally in Nanuet, and there's foxes all up and down the neighborhood too.
Yeah, I have seen foxes over there in Nanuet as well.
And there's some in Spring Valley too.
Man.
So I guess nature's starting to make a comeback. All you got to worry about now is the bears coming down.
Oh, hell no.
On Stony Point.
Man, I ain't dealing with no goddamn
because they're in Pomona.
Man.
So they're only going to travel for more food when they need the food.
Shoot. Yeah, I mean, it's just the natural order of things.
Exactly. So, I'm all about preserving nature, but yeah, I think we need to get some of these deers up out of here because they're just wrecking people's cars.
Yeah, because it's getting a little out of hand, man.
You know what I mean? All right, so usually we do a normal episode, but today, after what we saw, or what I saw yesterday, and Walt himself saw last night, we gotta talk about this Boston Celtics Miami Heat situation going on right here, right now. I always from the beginning said I had Miami in 6. You had what?
I think I had him in 6 as well.
Yeah.
I didn't see the series playing out the way it's been playing out.
Yeah. I always had my initial pick was Miami in 6 because something about Boston to me,
mm-hmm.
it didn't sit well with my spirit.
No.
because yes, they're a good team, but without the same coach, it's a different team.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying, the same players, but the philosophy is different.
True.
And usually, when you see a team that had one former coach go to the next one, either you see progression go up, or progression go down, or they kind of stay the same.
Yeah.
But these Boston Celtics, they kind of feel like they reverted back to Brad Stevens' way of playing. Under Ime Udoka, he was about accountability and defense.
Yeah.
Offense gets you awards, but defense wins you championships.
It does.
Especially when you play situational defense.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be the best defensive team, but you have to be the best defensive team during certain situations.
It looks like that's what they've been doing the last couple of games.
I.e. the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
When it comes to situational defense, Bill Belichick checks all the boxes for this team. Right?
Yeah.
So Game 6 is very pivotal because, as you guys should know, Miami took a 3-0 lead.
Yep.
Which makes me laugh because realistically, Boston should have stole at least one of those 3 games. If you think about it. But they just mentally they weren't there.
No.
And what was the warning sign I think I spoke about in the last episode about the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat? Boston's dumb enough
keep you in games.
To keep themselves in games and to keep themselves out of games.
Yeah.
The same thing happened for Game 6. Boston had a 10-point lead going to the 4th. And if you look at the stat line for Miami in this playoff series has the most fourth quarter comebacks throughout the whole entire playoffs. I believe like 10 of their victories in the playoffs, they've been down by double-digit leads and have stormed back to win those games. Even I think the 2 games in the series did the same thing.
With about 2 minutes left, they were like up like 9.
Yeah.
Celtics.
The Celtics are up by like 9-10 points up to like 3-4 minutes of the game.
Yep.
Let's just start from the top and tip off. Because they were going tit for tat.
Yeah.
And then by the second quarter, Boston started pulling away.
Yeah.
But by the third quarter, they were trying to pull away, but Miami was just hanging around.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing dangerous about these kind of new basketball games. A 10-point lead is never safe.
No. No, it's not.
In order to be safe in basketball nowadays, you got to maintain like a 15 to 20-point lead.
I think Miami is trailing pretty much majority of the game.
They were trailing majority. Yes, you're right. You're correct. They were. And then they tied it in like in the fourth quarter.
Like towards like the very...
No. Sorry, the third quarter because it was like 60, 68, 65. Because they kept weathering it down by the third quarter, the lead.
Yeah, like I think Miami would probably get within like maybe 3 or 4 points, like within striking distance, and then after that,
Boston would push it back up.
Hit like a 3 or something like that.
So, I'm watching it. I'm like, Boston's up.
Yep.
Miami has to struggle to come back in the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, Boston, if you want to break their will, don't shoot those. I get the threes are killer, but when you miss it, you give a team the incentive to come back in the game. So by the time you miss on back-to-back trips in the fourth quarter, they missed 2 3 balls. So Miami kept taking the 2s. So now you're getting up to 4. Another trip they miss again. So now it's +6. Before you know it, it's tied.
Honestly, had Boston not been taking as many threes,
that's what I kept saying.
It stuck to what they were doing, and let's just say for argument's sake, Duncan Robinson wasn't hitting them threes, they would have blown Miami out, bro.
Oh yeah,
they would have torched Miami in that Game 6.
They would have torched Miami Game 6.
Oh my god.
So now we're getting to the nitty gritty, right? And I'm watching this game, and I text my man Iron War. I said, Boston is dumb enough to let Miami get back in the game, but Miami is dumb enough to not close the deal out.
Yeah. Once they took that lead and they had that, and Boston had that one chance left, we boxing everybody out. They're not getting a rebound. There's no more attempts. It's one shot. It's one kill. If they can't get that kill off, there's no second attempts.
Yeah.
This is why I stress rebounds.
Yes.
And stuff like that. They secure that rebound, they're
Game
off to
over.
the finals.
Yeah.
And
well, I feel like we jumped ahead with that one.
I've seen this movie way too many times, bro. Yeah.
Because I think it was like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and Boston's up by like 9, and Miami's just withering them away, chipping at it. And by the time, within a minute, now we're even, Steven, like 9-8. I'm like, bro, Boston, I don't get what teams' fascination shooting threes. If I'm up already, just get the layups.
Steph Curry, man. I keep telling you this. It's Steph Curry.
When the Warriors are up, Steph Curry will easily go and shimmy and get to the lane and get a floater over your head, or he'll get him. You didn't really see Steph hit mid-range shots. He's either long, it's either threes or it's a floater.
I mean,
Very rarely I see Steph make a mid-range. Clay is a mid-range guy, and he'll hit anywhere. But Steph's not the mid-range guy like Clay is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Steph can't do it, because he can.
He's just not looking for it.
But he doesn't really do it now.
No.
Steph is usually getting to the lane. He's giving you a floater. He's giving you a layup, or he's giving you a three. He's not really gonna go cross you and pull up and get the mid-range shot.
He's very situational once he gets into the paint. If he sense you ain't really trying to give him that three ball, he'll either make an assist or he'll go straight to the bucket if he sees like a window.
Open, yeah.
You know. But I get what you're saying, bro. Listen, man. If not for him, what you're saying does not happen
in the league nowadays.
Yeah.
And then Jason Tatum, he gave you 31, which is, but he went 0 for 3, 0 for 8 from 3. He keeps doing that stupid sidestep 3 ball, bro. Why? Like, it just drives me crazy when I see players make the step back 3 or the sidestep 3. It is moments, bro. LeBron could have made some threes in the series before. So what did he do? He said, all right, if I'm not going to get the 3 ball late in the game, I'll get the 2s.
I agree.
I think him and Brown combined from 3 was like 1 for like 15. Some ridiculous number, like, what the hell? Boston as a team shot 7 for 35 from 3. Meanwhile, Miami was like 14 for 30. 14 for 30. So Miami had 40% from 3. Boston clearly lost a 3 ball, but Boston ends up winning by 1.
I really fear for Boston if they're able to pull this off, bro.
And Boston killed Miami in for 2s, because Miami, especially Bam Adebayo, bro. Let me just talk to you. Bam. I know you're not listening right now, but if somebody, a fan of yours or your associates, is listening right now, bro, you are better than that. Okay? You are a talent. Born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. Moved out, Newark. You know what I'm saying? Your humble begins from Jersey. Jersey loves you. They rep you strong. You're better than that, bro. I don't need 4 for 16, bro. He was 4 for 16. 11 points. He dominated the free throw line. But if you make those shots, you're not this problem.
He's one of those guys, I just think his difference lies in hustle plays. I'm talking about, like, defensive rebound here, offensive rebound here, putbacks there, hit your free throws, play the passing lanes, get some blocks and stuff like that. I feel like it's a culmination of things that where he could make the difference versus him just trying to be the same guy, because I don't think he's offensively consistent or as offensively good to be a number 2. I just think his strengths comes off little things like, a block here, you force a steal there, you get a charge here, you get a put back there, and stuff like that. That's how I view him.
I look at Bam more of a free safety big man more than a big man.
Yeah.
He's somebody that I'd rather him roam the paint than to own the paint, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it does. It does.
Because, like, if you think about Bam as a big, he's drastically undersized.
Yeah.
As a center. He's only 6'8". Power forward, okay, but, basketball nowadays is going positionless because look at Jason Tatum.
But that's even pushing it. He's fortunate where he doesn't have to deal with legitimate power forward.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about like 6'9", 6'10"
6'10",
guys.
yeah.
He's fortunate he's not in the area where he has to see much of that. But,
like a Charles Barkley.
Yes.
A Dirk Nowitzki.
Or Karl Malone.
Or
KG.
Larry Johnson, KG.
You don't got to deal with all
Tim
that
Duncan.
Length. He doesn't have to deal with
you
that.
You don't got to deal with those kind of power forwards.
At best, you probably see what AD.
AD.
2 or 3 times a year. Giannis. And stuff like that.
Embiid. Those, if you look at Embiid and Joker are real true centers.
Yes.
Everybody else is just playtime.
I think either team will die by the 3 against Denver, bro.
Who?
I'm convinced.
Oh, either team?
Either team will die by the 3. The way Denver's been shooting that 3 in both the series, the Lakers series, the Suns series, downright scary, man.
Denver, it's funny that people hasn't realized, but Denver's been a number 1 seed all year.
Yeah.
And I was saying to myself, the momentum the Lakers had, coming off beating the Warriors and beating all these teams, I said to myself that they could beat Denver. They just had to, because if you think about all the games that the Lakers played against Denver, they only were single digits leads. Denver won by.
I agree.
So a ball bounces here or there, they have it. But because the ball didn't bounce their way, they got swept. But not like usually when you see a team get swept, people think that your team was garbage. No, just that you just couldn't. They said the overall total points that the Lakers lost by is 24. Usually when a team gets swept, they lose by 24 every game.
Yeah. No. I see what you're saying. Sometimes the team is just better, and sometimes it's just small little margins that make the difference.
So the margin for error in the Lakers was minute. Couldn't overcome that, but we're not talking about them. Talking about Miami and Boston. It's like each team gives another team an incentive to be in the games. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Because my thing is like when you have these leads, these 10 to 15 or 15 going to 20-point deficits, you could just live in the paint, get to the free throw line, versus you chucking up these threes that lead to fast breaks and easy points and stuff like that. And that's what I saw in the highlights. I just saw a lot. I saw lazy defending, the players getting beat, players cutting to the basket, offensive rebounds and stuff like that. And back to these threes, hit, bricking on the rim. Oh, yeah. And that leads to a fast break point. Oh, my God.
Come look at that Boston. If they took less threes and just stuck to making more twos, Miami wouldn't be in this situation to try to storm back and only lose by 1. Miami really should got blown out.
And also, can one of you teams put the other team's first or second best player in foul trouble? I don't understand it. It's like, bro, it's like common sense. It's just like, yo, y'all so thirsty for these threes where like y'all could just get these foul calls, bro.
But usually to get foul calls, you gotta be the most aggressive team.
Yeah.
So you gotta go to the paint. You gotta push your head down.
Yeah.
But they don't.
This makes sense to me.
This doesn't make any sense at all. I just think that I could care less who wins this now when it comes to Game 7. I want to stick to Miami, but Miami, is severely under-talented compared to Boston. Because if you look at Boston's roster from top to bottom, they're the better team.
They are. But I gotta go by the situation though.
Coaching matters. And situational, it's just like they play dumb. And it's crazy to me that, the Boston Celtics fans are like, yeah, we're going to push for history. I could easily see Boston losing Game 7 back in Boston.
I can't rule that out.
They said Boston has the worst home record in the playoffs so far, comparing from last year into now.
Mm-hmm.
They're 10-12, which means they win games on the road. They don't win at home.
Mm-hmm.
And they play terrible situational basketball. Terrible situational basketball, Boston.
You know what? As much sense as that make right now, I'm at a point right now where, I would just have to favor Boston. I can't see myself doing all this grunt work to F it up at home.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And stuff like that. Yes, they could very well make history and stuff like that. Yes, they are the better team from top to bottom. But also, I still got to look at Miami and be like, you guys messed that up. I kept telling you. They chose to take their foot off the gas.
For games 4 and 5.
You take your foot off the gas, they get a game, they're confident now, they go back home, they beat you again. Now you're back on your floor, and nothing changes.
I can't say nothing changed because it was a nip and tuck game. It was a bar murder. Okay? Nip and tuck game.
Bro, the closeout game gotta be near flawless, bro.
Jimmy Butler, I think they said Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, I think up to the third quarter, only made like 7 points combined. And Tatum and Brown was giving you 22, 25. I'm like, y'all know you're in I keep saying to myself, Jimmy, don't you know you're in Game 6? This is Game 6 right now,
This is no emergency.
This is no and I get it because, Jimmy Butler's major problem is that eventually he hits the wall.
Yeah. You're right.
He'll give you a spectacular couple of games, but he can't string them along often.
Like I said, so Pat Riley in that front office addresses that next piece that they need, that he's going to continue to run into this problem.
It's funny. We'll talk about afterwards what I believe they should do as a final segment part.
Got you.
But so let's get this situation now, right? So it's into the fourth. They're going back and forth. Boston is giving Miami opportunities to make those stupid threes.
Mm-hmm.
Duncan Robinson was killing them.
Yes.
Gabe Vincent was even on one leg.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember he sprained his ankle.
Okay.
Was giving it all he can. Kyle Lowry is being held by chicken feed right now because he has a torn groin, messed up elbow. He's jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
Boston's Brogdon's jacked up. He has a pinched nerve in his elbow. Something with his elbow is jacked up. So like both teams are slugging it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Tatum will come down the line and shoot an ill-advised thing. Like, why? Or like I was literally yelling on the mic, Boston, stop shooting threes. Just get the twos and keep the lead going. Because Miami's in desperation mode. You're up.
Yeah.
You're up. Kill the clock. Get the twos. Take it to the rim because they can't guard you. Do what you gotta be doing. No. You got another thing that annoys me with Jason Tatum is that he's more of a I realized that he's not a finisher. He's like a finesse player. Because when he gets to the rim, he's not dunking on your head. He's either gonna finger roll it or lay off the backboard. But Jaylen Brown's more of the finisher. He's gonna slam on your head.
I really got no problem with either or.
I don't have a problem with it, but the problem for me is like, bro, situational shit basketball, bro. Get a mid-range shot. I don't need you to go a step back or a side step three to launch it and then clang it and then give the team a easy bucket down the court.
Just lazy defense, bro. You make as a defender, you just make my job easier, to be honest with you. Because Tatum is the type of dude that he should be able to shoot over most guards. He should be able to post up most guards, and he should be able to get by most bigs. So my thing is like, as a defender, if all you're gonna do is just chill on that arc and pop these threes, however contested, you just make my job easier. That means I ain't gotta move much. I ain't gotta waste all this energy chasing you around, smacking the ball out your hand and stuff like that. I get to save my legs for the offensive end. And this is why the games have been like back and forth like this and stuff like that.
So
I just feel like a lot of these guys, I feel like it really shows you the difference in these eras, from like the early 2000s. Early 2000s, yes, the three ball was still there, not as frequent. But my thing is just
blame Mike D'Antoni for that.
True. But I feel like they would even with all that being said, I feel like these great offensive players would exploit their matchups better.
Yeah.
I feel like that is lacking in this time, depending on certain players.
Because they chicks dig the long ball.
Yeah.
Every team wants to dig the long ball.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, it's cool, but if you miss more than you make, you're just giving the easy team an easy, rebound to go down the court and score on your head.
Yeah, it's that simple.
So the clock is winding down. We get into the fourth. They're going back and forth. It's under a minute left. Boston takes another ill-advised shot. Actually, let's go before that. Boston takes an ill-advised shot. Miami goes on the court.
Mm-hmm.
They missed the layup.
Yep.
They get the rebound back.
Yep.
They kick it off to Duncan Robinson.
He misses it.
He has a wide open, wide open three?
Mm-hmm.
Like a wide open three where like Boston gives up on chase. That's the other thing that pisses you off.
Mm-hmm.
You gave up on the play, the hustle to chase the man down the block.
It's crazy.
Get yourself down there and go block and just throw your hands up.
It's crazy.
Attempt.
Yeah.
They didn't even attempt.
Yeah.
He pump faces like, oh, y'all not gonna guard me?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's like a regular free throw, like a 3-point contest. I'm thinking Duncan Robinson got it.
Mm-hmm.
Ring, rims out. I said, oh snap. They get another play on the coming down the court again. He gets a good look again. Ring, rings out. So now we're down to like 22 seconds left. Or something like that. Jimmy takes the ball down the court.
Mm-hmm.
He's dribbling. He has Al Horford on him. Jimmy goes to the 3-ball line, puts up a shot, and Al Horford was more crafty than that, has a blunder, and fouls him. With I think it was 2.1 seconds left on the clock. I said, wow. So, a 3 would have went for the win, a 2 would win for the tie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy nails all his buckets, 3 free throws.
Yeah.
He says off the court, I see him saying, we just need one more stop.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So originally it was 2:01. The refs add more time back on the clock. So it went from 2:01 to 3.0. Right? Boston inbounds the ball on their side because they have a timeout. Marcus Smart shoots. I'm like, a 2 ties it. No, a 3 wins it. A 2 wins it for you as well. You don't need a 3. So I don't know why he was shooting a 3 for, because you don't need a 3. You need a 2 just to win the game. Smart shoots a 3 off a pick and roll. Clangs it. We see the ball in the air. And then we see Derek White. Little itty bitty Derek White gets the rebound, put the ball back in the hole. Ball goes to the net. I'm thinking there's no time left. The rest reviews the clock. White puts the ball back in the rim. Point. I think 1.0. He had like a not a second left, but like a fraction of a second left to put the ball back in the hole. And Boston wins the series. Wins the game. 104-103.
I'm telling you, he's not getting that ball back up, bro.
I'm saying to myself, I'm like, what?
Jump ball. He's not getting that ball back up, bro. I'm telling you that right now.
I know how you give it up.
Shoot.
Box out. Hey, it's boxing out is one.
Yep.
Because if all Boston can do is secure the rebound,
yeah,
or tap the ball out of bounds, game's over.
Yeah.
I mean, Miami,
mm-hmm.
tap the ball out of bounds and secure the rebound. Body on body. They didn't do that. They all watched the ball go up. They miss it. And White just miraculously comes around and taps the ball back in. And I'm thinking about, I'm like, oh my God, Miami won it. Because I'm like, okay, because you missed it. Then when they do the replay, I said, oh, snap.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's the only one I got to take out.
But I'm not, bro. It's not happening, man. If you, as soon as you get that ball, I'm putting my hands immediately on it. I'm forcing to jump off. I'm doing something. You're not getting that ball back up, bro. You are yo. When I tell you, if I gotta smack the ball at you, and if I gotta force a jump ball, that's fine with me.
Or foul, whatever.
That's fine with me.
I'm making sure, but
you're not
the fact that his tiny self got in the paint and got the rebound and put back.
See what I'm talking about?
I'm like, where was?
I was done by a rebound, man. You out here ball watching, dudes out here trying to make the play. What happens, man?
And then somebody was complaining about, oh, the refs put back. Said, well, they're right. If they look at the clock when the foul occurred, if the foul occurred at that moment, they got to put time back on the clock.
It's just people making excuses for their players not doing their job. Like, no. He has a job. You know, if shot goes up, what's the next thing you do? You box out your man and secure the rebound.
True.
Like
the fact this little tiny self went up in there amongst the trees and got the rebound and the putback. It was like, remember back in the day we played taps?
Mm-hmm.
It looked like he was playing taps.
Essentially so, yeah. You know? Yeah.
And I said, that's crazy. Because I was excited for Miami to actually, do what it to do and, to show that coaching matters. And I'm like, God damn it, man.
Comes out, listen. Shoot.
Rebounding, y'all.
These are basic things, man.
Rebounding.
This is very, very basic things. And and yeah, when you don't do the basic things, it costs you in big moments.
And you saw it today.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday.
Yep. It's a damn shame.
So I'm in there in disbelief. Cause I'm like, what the? Cause mind you, I'm DJing, but I'm watching the game. So usually when I watch my games, I'm really entrenched. I'm looking at next level stats. I'm looking at plus and minus. Miami let Boston have, I think it was 3 players give you 20 more points. Marcus Smart with 21.
Mm-hmm.
Jaylen Brown 26.
There you go.
Tatum 31.
Mm-hmm.
And Robin Will, and they actually had 5 players in double figures. With White and Robert Williams give you 10 and 11 respectively. Al Horford only had 4, and Grant Williams only had 1. Meanwhile, on Miami's side, only 2 players cracked 20 points or more. Butler and Martin. Now, Butler was hot garbage for the first 3 quarters. And in the 4th quarter, he turned it on. And, helped them come back to win the game. And I said to myself, it was disheartening how they lost, but I look at it as a plus because Boston needed a miracle to win that game. Because they were clearly, to me, was trying to give the game away with those stupid ill-advised threes. But if you guys don't know, the thing about me is if you have a big lead, I don't need threes no more. Just like in football, when you have a big lead, run the ball.
Yeah.
Run the ball. Kill the clock. Run the ball. Just ask the Patriots and the Falcons. 28-3. Run the ball.
Listen, I kept telling everybody that week that experience will show its face.
If Boston continues making 2s over their head, and Miami's missing 3s, and you continue making 2s.
Listen, at some point, it got to the point where I'm like, okay, they're not going to run the ball. So all we got to do is tighten up on defense.
And they did.
Make key plays. And they got right back into the game and won.
You know how funny this is? If you guys don't pay attention to that series, how that panned out, Bill Belichick was intentionally kicking the ball inbounds for Atlanta, pinning them further and further back So when they would go down the field, they couldn't get the proper field positioning, so the Patriots can come back and score on them. So like on kickoff, usually when teams do kickoff, if you kick the ball out of bounds, you get 25 yards. His kicker was told, try to kick it between the goal line and the 10-yard line so they fielded in. So when they would come and get the ball, instead of being on the 25-yard line, they'd be on the 15, 18, or 20. And Bill was milking the clock out. But the Falcons weren't running the ball at all and essentially kept them in the game and then losing that series.
It made
the Super Bowl.
Honestly, had Aaron Rodgers guys showed up, they wouldn't even be in the Super Bowl.
No.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, back to basketball. Game 7, bro. Just by me watching this series, I don't know anymore. You know what? My heart says Miami because I want to be right, because I called Miami at the beginning of the series of coaching matters. But my head says I don't know which team I'm going to get. And does Miami have enough energy to come back to have a slugfest in Game 6 to close them out in Boston?
I don't believe so.
But in my head, I'm like, does Boston have enough common sense to play the right way to actually put Miami away? Because we know that you got to coach a full play and coach a full 48 minutes against Miami to beat them. I don't know.
I think Miami's psychologically spent. I think this is really messing with them now.
I don't know. They like to grind.
I get it, but
Boston's dumb. Like we said,
yeah.
Boston as a team is resilient and dumb enough to win Game 7. Because remember last year they had the Bucks had them dead to rights.
Yeah.
And Tatum goes off in Game 6 and Game 7 to put them inside the NBA Finals, and they just the inexperience showed his ugly head. I don't know for this one.
This is how I see it.
Just like they did it against the 76ers.
Whoever wins this title, I mean, I said whoever wins
the Eastern Conference title,
the Eastern Conference title. Today's what, the 28th?
Yes, 29th.
29th, right? 3 days from now is the NBA Finals, bro.
Yes.
You have zero rest and stuff like that.
Well, you have 2 days.
You could only hope Denver comes up and starts off rusty. You could only hope.
I don't know, because Mike Malone's the type of coach to really he's on their butts.
No, I'm sure he is. But what I'm saying is that because Miami, let's just say for example, either team, because they failed to do the business when the business should have already been done, you're already on the back foot. Yes, you're in that mode where you're playing with a sense of urgency, but you can get burnt out, bro. They might start off well. Either team might start off well against Denver, but it's not gonna hold, bro. It's not gonna hold. Especially Miami, you put yourself in the worst position possible.
I think Boston put themselves in the worst position possible to be down 0-3. And
Miami was up 3-0.
Oh, exactly. But again, Miami is a playing team that talent-wise can't hold to the Celtics, but because they played against them so much, you know them.
Yeah, that's why
for me, Game 7, my head says Boston, because now when it comes to you playing in basketball, 5, 6, and 7, I know your formations. I know who you are. I know your tendencies. Now it's about talent and willpower.
Yeah.
Both teams have the willpower. Miami's not talented compared to Boston like that.
So if I'm Denver and I'm watching this slugfest, I'm saying whoever comes out of here, every game's a Game 7 against these. It don't matter who comes out.
That is true.
Every game is a Game 7
because you can't put them away.
You can't play around with these teams, man. You just can't. They've shown you every reason why you can't take your foot off the gas.
Yes,
on these teams.
It's the race to 4, and I know Shannon Sharp was clamoring for the Celtics. He said if Miami wins Game 5 by this amount of points, and then win Game 6 by 12, This is Boston winning Game 7, but I'm like, they won by 1, by luck. So I'm like, Game 7 to me is like, if you're a Boston fan, you're not comfortable.
Hell no, they're not comfortable.
And if you're a Miami fan, you're disappointed, but you're like, okay, we can do it again. But do you have the legs for it? Do you got the breath, your conditioning for it?
Do you have the mental stamina to endure this again?
Exactly.
I don't know, man. I really don't believe they do, man.
I'm sure Jimmy Butler does, but this his body can handle it. Because like I said, Jimmy can run against the wall every now and then and burn himself out. And then we don't know.
That wall you're talking about, I was looking to see it maybe Game 3 or 4 of Denver. The wall is going to be tomorrow. That's the wall, bro.
I think you're right.
The wall's Game 7, man. Whatever energy he could have had along with rest, that ship is sailed, bro. That ship is sailed. Unless Bam plays out of his mind, has the best game of his career, it's done.
Bam
bro.
Bam is the key. Because they're giving you shots. But you gotta make it.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
4, 5, and 6, you gotta come bring it, bro.
Listen. If I'm Spo, you gotta put Kevin Love on that front line, man.
He's not right.
Grab these rebounds.
He's not right.
Well, you need someone. That's
he's not,
bigger than Bam.
Kevin Love's not right. That's
to get
a problem.
These rebounds because
he used to start and then they took him out of the rotation. I think he's hurt too.
It's a damn shame.
That's a problem with Miami is that they're basically limping into this playoffs.
Damn.
Tyler Hero, Victor Oladipo, Kyle Lowry, Kevin Love, 4-year players that were giving you quality, minutes. They're hurt.
Listen, with the window that Pat Riley's got, along with the way the East is, you got to go get another great player for Jimmy Butler.
Now, so what do you predict for Game 7?
Honestly, if I'm a betting man, I could predict a 10-point difference in favor of Boston. I'd say maybe 10, 13-point difference in favor of Boston.
So you got Boston by plus 13?
I could see a 87-101 type situation.
I got 3.5 push. I can see either team pushing and winning narrowly. I don't see a blowout. I can't see a 10-point lead for Boston.
Listen, man, I'm looking at a team who had them dead to rights. I think that's going to be psychologically spent as they are physically spent, but more psychologically. At this point, everybody's, physically spent and stuff like that, but your body adjusts. Psychologically speaking, I think them boys is done, bro. I really do.
I don't think so.
This is the very worst case scenario for Miami.
I think this is something they can salivate at. Man. Because if you think about it, they're 8th seed.
No, they shouldn't be here, but they are.
Shouldn't be here, but you are. So it's like, okay.
They've punched way above their weight, but I think they've reached their maximum, man. I really do.
I got a 3.5. I think they have Vegas got a 3.5. Because usually when there's 3.5, that means you favor the home team. So usually, like when it comes to sports bets, if you see a plus 3, -3, -7, or -10, they favor the home team. But I think they got a 3.5. So if it's 3.5, that means that it's a push.
Listen, I'm looking at momentum. I
don't see momentum at Boston.
I think
Games 4 and 5, yes. Game 6 to me, I look as a fluke.
I think it's a safe bet, bro.
It was the hand of God that got that shot up. Because
had
they had less time, like if it originally was 2.1 on the clock, they're out of here. They're not. It's over.
But this is the same thing we said last year in that Game 7 between these two teams. There was one shot away from being eliminated.
Yeah. It was Jimmy Butler that made that shot, right? I think he shot a 3 coming on.
He took it, but didn't go in.
Yeah, he took it and it rimmed out.
Yeah, man.
So who's to say, man? I gotta say, man, I don't.
Listen, man. Fortune favors the bold, man.
We're gonna find out.
Boston's been hella bold in a situation that they put themselves in, that they're like on the verge of turning around.
Here's to me, who's a player. If Miami really wants to help Jimmy Butler out, you know who you go get? and it may sound wacky to me, he doesn't fit the culture that's in Miami, you get a Kyrie Irving. You got the cap space for it.
You know what?
If
Not a
Miami
bad
can
idea.
secure a Kyrie Irving and let Jimmy Butler just do the other things and let Kyrie just do what he got to do, and how this team scraps and calls for basketball. Now, we know that Kyrie doesn't fit the mold of what Miami wants to do. But if you really want to be successful and try to get a chip, you go get him.
You might as well.
Or you know, or you try to get a Damian Lillard. Like Portland, what do you want for him?
Sure.
We give you Tyler Hero, we give you this, we give you that. You can't get Bam, you can't get Jimmy. Who else do you want?
Probably gonna have to give. You probably gonna.
Yeah, give him drop some draft picks, of course.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because Miami needs another star to help him along the way.
But is Damian Lillard? How long is he still under contract with them?
Portland, hell yeah.
Like what, a year or two left?
No, I think he just signed a deal a couple years ago. Let me look up Damian Lillard's contract for y'all. Hold on a second. Hold on. The good old internet never fails. Damian Lillard NBA contract.
And not for nothing, if you know Golden State is serious about parting ways with Draymond, why not throw him a part of, why not go for him too?
So Damian Lillard signed he signed a 4-year, $172 million contract in 2021. His contract's up in 2024, 2025. And he cannot be traded until July the 9th of this year. So basically, he's in his final year of this NBA contract. He's set to be a free agent at the end of 2025. And he exercised his last year of his contract. And he has $48 million left in his contract. Woo! If Miami's want to take the risk, man. But the thing is, though, the new CBA is weird because to get 3 all-star players on your team, the amount of trade, the amount of exceptions you got to do, it's hard to get all that in the cap because the new CBA. That's why you can't really create super teams anymore.
Yep, but unless they really make some moves, some draft picks, and stuff like that, they're gonna keep running into the same problem, man.
I think for them it was the Tyler Hero injury was a blessing and by design, a curse, a gift and a curse, because it shows you have quality players on your team. They just need to start to shine. Because I didn't see this Vincent kid coming out of nowhere, and the Strus fell I saw from last year.
I know, but my thing is, if you're trying to win now, Tyler Hero's not ready now, though. That's the thing. If I'm trying to win now, I can't. Not only he's hurt, but he's still young. His game is still growing, so and stuff like that. If I still need another guy where he could still grow into his own, and I don't know, dare I say, become maybe an all-star player.
Yeah.
Or perennial all-star type player. Who knows what his trajectory will be? You still need a guy that that when Jimmy's off, that guy's on, or they're both on, and vice versa. Because you can't keep having this guy. Because if this keeps happening, it's gonna look like they're taking it for granted.
With Jimmy?
Yes. It's gonna look if you do not put another legitimate piece next to him that he knows this dude could go out and get numbers, even if I'm having a shaky day at the office, it's gonna look like you're taking it for granted. That's all I'm saying.
With that being said, I am Walt. Give them your handle, bro.
I am _WAL 4T's at the end for the IG. Noir Kaiser 45 for the Twitter. And yep, that's my handle, folks.
You can follow me at DJ Intense. That's DJINTENCE. Follow the podcast On the Record Pod. Follow Seti at Seti Rooney's POV or Seti55. Also, follow DJ Shy. His page got hacked, so it's DJ Shy LLC. Make sure you follow him. Remember, you got, tell him where you heard his name from. And yeah, man. This is our emergency impromptu episode because we saw the game and I had to speak on it, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Because I was like, man. So we'll see you guys next week. We'll be right back with our normally scheduled program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Happy Memorial Day, people. Peace.
Peace and love.